How I came up with the name Boyz in the Lab. Well, before I actually chose that as the final name of my group, we actually had different names prior to that. We had Teamwork. That was one of our first names, actually the first name that we had. We just spelled it differently. I believe it was W-E-R-K. That was one of the first names that we had. And I think we didn't perform with it, but we did record a demo with it and had it played at the RPBC, which was the Record Pool Business Center. With a friend of ours was the president. His name was Eddie Rivera, and he gave us that first opportunity and played it at one of his feedbacks. And it got good reviews, believe it or not, for what it was. It was a demo. So we went under Teamwork at the time. And then we switched over to Inner Vision. Vision within, like Inner Vision. We did that for a minute, and then I'm like, those were cool names, but you just say a name over and over and it's just something that doesn't really catch. They were good names though. But as I was wrapping up the writing to Fragile Heart and working on the production, I told myself, okay, I really need to get on the ball. I need a name for the group. I need a name for us, because if this goes any further, what are we gonna call ourselves? So everybody always said, oh man, you in your lab again. Oh yeah, he's up there working in his lab. So I'm like, okay, it's me and my boys performing, you know, some different ideas kept running through my mind, and I'm like, okay, how about just Boyz in the Lab? Boyz in the Lab. And I remember once I chose that and I said, that's the name, that's what it's gonna be. I called my partner at the time and I said, listen, start doing something, because this is the name that we're gonna use, Boyz in the Lab. And he was like, nice. I mean, that was it. He did hats, he did buttons. I mean, he really, he went all in. He did support the name from day one. And that's how that came about, the name Boyz in the Lab. I mean, we did go through, I believe every group does, they go through different names. But I remember that was the name that I chose finally for the group. And it's funny how Angel and I met through a mutual friend, because again, when I was creating all this stuff and writing, it was just my production. That's all I was doing things, and I didn't really have a set group or anyone that I would trust to do this with, to do a group with. So I had a friend of mine, KL. Some of you may know him from TKA as K7. So he was in my studio, we're hanging out, just talking, and he also knew Angel. So Angel must have just bought a new keyboard or whatever, they're hanging out over there. And it's funny how just recently, Angel and I were talking, and he reminded me of the story. And he said, you know, it was KL that had said, you need to hook up with my boy Fingerz, Felix. He lives right around the corner from you. I was in Manhattan, obviously we lived in Manhattan, but I was at 116, he was at 115. And you guys need to hook up, man. He's into the music just like you. Angel was more into the acting. That's what started his career in the entertainment industry. So it was good to have someone who already knows the field. And I was happy with that. So I gotta give K7 or KL a big shout out for that, because he was the one that actually got Angel and I to get together to create the group that I did, Boyz in the Lab. And of course we needed a dancer, we needed to dance. So a good thing that Tony, a cousin of mine, was a dancer, a great choreographer. So that's how we came about. It was me, Angel, and Tony. And that was it. That's how we became Boyz in the Lab. And as they say, the rest is history.